Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Modern Warfare 3 In-Depth. In today's episode, we're going over the ever-so-popular ACR assault rifle, and I'm going to tell you right in the beginning, this is my absolute favorite assault rifle in Modern Warfare 3, just like it was my favorite assault rifle in Modern Warfare 2. Now, even though I do have some bias, I'm going to try very hard to give you an objective review of this weapon, explain to you why it's my favorite, why I think it's the best, and explain to you why so many MLG pros and other professional gamers use this weapon. As with all weapons, the first and most important part of the ACR is its damage. The ACR deals 45 damage in close quarters combat, though that'll drop off to 30 damage at long ranges. This puts it in the medium-high category of damages. It's a little bit higher than most of the medium kind of weapons like the M16 or the M4. However, it's significantly lower than that of the MK14, Type 95, or AK-47, so it's in a very unusual range. You're going to be slightly beating the average here in terms of damage. Now, when it comes to shots to kill, the ACR is going to take between 3 and 4 shots to kill at any range, or at any range 2 to 3 headshots to kill. This very narrow 2 to 3 shots to kill leads to a very consistent time to kill, a very good feel for the weapon. You're not getting unexpected hit markers, and because the headshot multiplier is pretty decent, normally you'll shoot somebody once or twice in the chest, then you'll hit them once in the head and finish them off, so the headshots feel like they work the way that you expect them to. One of the few downsides to this weapon is that it has a slightly low rate of fire at 705 RPM. This is not exceptionally low, so I can't call it low, but it's definitely not as good as the average for assault rifle, so I'm going to classify it as a medium to low rate of fire. What this means in terms of times to kill, when you factor in the damage anyway, is that your time to kill still comes in to be very, very average. As a matter of fact, the ACR pretty much leads the middle of the pack in terms of normal time to kill. But going back to that damage, with only 3 to 4 shots to kill, your variation in time to kill is very slim, so you're going to find that the ACR has an extremely consistent time to kill, and you know exactly how long you need to keep on target before somebody should fall over and die. There is nothing spectacular about the range profile here on the ACR. The damage drop starts at 25 meters, and the damage drop ends, or the point at which you're doing your minimum damage, is at 38 meters. That's pretty normal for assault rifles, though going back to the 3 to 4 shots to kill and the consistent time to kill, it's really not going to make too big of a difference what range you're at, with the exception of the fact that you need to figure in your recoil and how many shots you're going to miss. Which leads me to the most important part of this weapon review. The ACR is an extremely low recoil assault rifle. I classified it as very low. It is really just very, very low, especially for a fully automatic assault rifle. The recoil is a little bit higher than the ACR in Modern Warfare 2, but it's still probably the most accurate fully automatic assault rifle in this game. Now, some of the burst weapons in MK14 can do better, but as far as bullet hoses go, ACR reigns supreme in terms of recoil. When you put kick on this weapon, it's like a death laser. It does have a little bit of side-to-side wobble, but it's so minimal and self-correcting that I normally don't worry about it. I put the red dot right center body, hold down the trigger, don't worry about headshots, don't worry about anything else. I may miss one shot at range, if that, but in close to medium combat, I'm not going to be missing anything. If they are extremely, extremely far away, I can fire in bursts up to 5 very, very accurately. I'm not entirely sure why, but I do see a lot of players rocking this gun just with the iron sights. I'm not too big a fan of these iron sights. They're not the worst things I've ever seen, but then again, they're quite far from the best. I'm just going to call these decent iron sights. I can use them, but they are a little bit on the obtrusive side. I feel that the ACR is best with some sort of optical attachment. Nothing too special going on in the reload department. Your normal reload, depending on if you've got bullets in the magazine or not, is going to take about 2.25 seconds. A little faster if you've got some bullets in the mag, a little bit slower if you've got an empty magazine. Your reload cancel time, like the rest of the assault rifles, is very fast at 1.1 seconds, so if you're rocking sleight of hand, you can reload cancel very, very fast, and especially if you don't have sleight of hand, you want to check out reload canceling. I say this in every episode, and you don't see me do it just because I'm so used to the animation and watching the clip go in. However, if I were playing professionally, if this were Call of Community 17 or something like that, you'd probably see me doing a lot more reload canceling and a lot more of these more MLG tactics. Last up today is the statistics you should have seen in just about every single episode of the Assault Rifles In-Depth. The ACR has a normal run speed of 90%, an aim-down sight zoom time of 3.0 seconds or 300 milliseconds, and an aim-down sight zoom, the magnification anyway, of 1.35x. As long as you're using the iron sights, optical attachments will be a little bit different. Throughout this review, you've heard me describe the ACR as medium or average in most places, and I know that's going to seem confusing because at the beginning I said that I thought this was the best assault rifle in Modern Warfare 3 and that this is the one that all the professional players use, and you're asking yourself, well, if it's so average, why? And the answer is that the ACR is the jack of all trades and the master of none. The ACR comes in medium or medium high in every single category except rate of fire. It's a little bit low, but it more than compensates with the extreme accuracy over range and up close. So what the ACR does do is it barely out-edges other assault rifles in a lot of categories, and then you add in this extreme accuracy component, and you have an excellent, dependable weapon that's very good for competitive play. The recoil is very easy to master. Your shots to kill, it's very easy to predict, very easy to expect. You know exactly how long it's going to take to kill somebody. The headshots count. Overall, this is a very, very dependable weapon. It's not really a specialty weapon. You're not going to get major advantages over anybody, but you can't go wrong with it. I've got two recommended classes for the ACR today. The first one is a pub-stomping Moab hunting class. I recommend you use the attachments proficiency, put on a silencer and a red dot sight. If you're good with it, a holographic sight is also acceptable if you want to use long range. However, I found that the sight's just a little bit too obtrusive and that red dot sight helps a little more for close range combat. Run specialist and whatever perks you like, whatever floats your boat the best. It doesn't matter because once you get 8 kills, you'll have your specialist strike package. Once you get up to specialist with this, the effective range will negate your silencer. You'll also get kicks, so it'll be extremely accurate. You can move fast with stalker and steady aim, and you're going to be an extremely, extremely dangerous player that is absolutely primed for getting a Moab. The next setup is the MLG Professional setup recommended to me by Sharpie NV over at Team Envious during Call of Community. What you want to do is run the focus proficiency and a red dot sight. The pros tend to run red dot sight because it doesn't obscure anything, unlike the holographic sight, and it's easier to work at close range because there's a lot of close range engagement in professional play. Now, also in professional play or against extremely good players, you're going to get shot a lot. People are going to notice you, they're going to spin around, they're going to drop shot. You're not going to be able to pick off noobs from corners with silencers and things like that. So you want to run focus because as you get shot, your sights are going to kick around, and while the ACR has a medium time to kill, missing shots is really going to screw that up and it's going to send you back to a low time to kill. However, with focus here, you won't flinch, so as you're being shot, you can continue to lay down that laser accurate fire on your enemy, and it's going to give you the advantage in most situations. So run focus and a red dot sight if you're playing professionally. You're going up against a team of absolute badasses. Well guys, that's all of the in-depth for this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned something useful. In the next episode, I'm going to very begrudgingly review the CM901. Oh boy, that's a gun I don't like, but I've got a little bit extra going on today. I want to talk to you about the Xbox that I'm going to be selling for charity for the Dallas Children's Hospital. Well, I've got the Xbox back at my house. I've got a box for it. I've got the controllers, the games, the gold card, all that kind of stuff set up, but unfortunately I don't have any of the graphics for it. I promised that I would be selling a customized Drifter Xbox with my emblem and name and then signed by the dog and all this really cool graphics kind of stuff for it, and I haven't been able to do that. I found a company online that will print custom skins for me, but I have to have the designs for them first. They're not just going to make them. I am partially colorblind and very inept at graphic design, so making this on my own would be very, very difficult. I contacted the guy that made my YouTube background. This wasn't his area of expertise, and I appreciate him telling me that because a lot of people would just say, I can do it, and then not do it. And he was just straight up honest with me, like, yeah, I don't think I can do a good enough job on this one for you. So I'm going to crowdsource here, and I was wondering if any of you guys have any experience in graphic design, if you think you can make a skin for the Xbox for me, or maybe one or two little variants so we could pick from. This is open to anybody. It would be awesome if a subscriber made it. That would make it even better for you guys or whoever bought it. So I do want to sell this. I do want it to be good. I do want to make a pretty good amount of money to give to the charity, the Dallas Children's Hospital, because they helped me out. But I really need a good background, and any one of you, anybody listening, any subscriber is welcome to hit me up about this in my inbox. Go ahead and compose and send me a private message. Now, bear in mind, this doesn't mean, hey, I downloaded Photoshop and I watched a handful of tutorials. I can totally make you a skin if you give me dimensions, or I have Microsoft Paint. I think I got this. I know how to copy and paste yin-yangs. I really want something nice. So if you don't have any sort of graphic design background, if you don't have any sort of skill, please don't send me messages. I know I say that now and I'm going to get about 1 million messages, so That's just to be expected. If you're an artist, if you draw things, that would be really cool, because I also thought about putting a cute picture of Ozzy on the side with a big derpy dog face for people if they were interested in that. So go ahead and send me a private message, and if you're going to send me a message about this, I would appreciate it if you would link me to some of the things that you've designed before. It would help me filter out people that are making up their skill and people that actually have it. So I appreciate the help. Looking forward to seeing what's in the inbox, and I guess I'll see you around. Drifter out.